What's up, guys? It's Jake the Barber, and I'm here with my boy Brandon, and we are going to find a style that complements his crazy amount of cowlicks. First thing I'm going to do is just wet the hair down a little bit, kind of comb it in the direction that I want it to lay at the final result. Because a lot of these cowlicks intersect, so I'm trying to find exactly where it wants to lay without having to fight it super hard. So it looks like in the front here we have it. And we're just gonna start with, I'd say, a 2. We'll keep a 2 low. I like to come to this arch right here, bring a 2 all the way around, and then we'll do the skin fade below. It's important I stay below this because I need this length here. When I'm coming in with this 2, I like to flare it outward like this. So I'm not creating like a super hard line here because remember, I have to blend this 2 to this area. So if I just go in and stop, it's going to create a harder line. But if I go in like this and just kind of guide it out, I'm already starting to kind of fade the hair. It's going to make it a little bit easier for my transition. You can see right here how it blends up. And so I'm going to take my no guard clipper all the way closed. I'm going to go all the way around the head, dropping it as I go, following the same exact pattern as I put in with the 2s. All right, so now before I do anything else, I'm just going to check what I have, make sure everything lines up. Looks pretty uniform to me. I'm going to take it a set lower and you get a detailer. I'm going to get rid of all this stubble. And just be careful that I don't go into the line that I just created with the clipper, because then it's kind of hard to get that line out. Using my corners at the top. Same thing, I'm just going to do this all the way around the head till it's basically no hair there. You just got to be careful. Look for imperfections in your client's head. You don't want to cause any injuries or anything. Avoid any bumps or moles with this because it will open it up and your client will start to bleed, and then that's a whole nother issue. Now I'm going to get my shaver. What I'm going to do with my shaver is I'm going to get all the way down to skin, and then but I want to make sure I'm below that line I just put in with the detail. When I get towards the top where I was with the detail, I'm going to do the same thing. Just use the corner of the tool. Down here, I can use the whole tool. As I get up higher, just use the corner. Now what I'm going to do is go in my clipper all the way open. I'm going to go up a little bit less than halfway from the line I created. We're going to do that all the way around the head. And same technique, when I'm putting this line in, this guideline, at the top, when I reach where I want to remove the clipper, I like to flick it out a little bit. It just makes my lines easier to blend. Kind of hard to see when I'm moving fast, but when you come here, you just want to clip out. All right, now that that line's in, we're going to start closing the clipper little by little. And when I do this, I like to stay on one side, one area, until I get to here. All right, so I started with this all the way open, close it a little bit, and I just use the corner of my blade and just go a little bit lower each time until it fades all the way out. Because if you remember, the first line that I put into the skin was the clipper all the way closed. So we're going to match that. You just drop it a little bit each time, ease the corner of your blade, and just work your way down. Now I'm going to match the 2 sides to the back. Do the same exact thing, but marry the 2 sides of the head to the back of the head. Alright, so we're going to go back to this side. We're going to put a 1 guard on. all the way open. And it's the same exact process to match it and eliminate this line right here. Each time, just dropping it a little bit. Going a little bit lower on the fade, going a little bit lower with the length of the clicker. And the same exact thing on the other side. Mess with your lever. See a line, I can see one right here. No guard, just using the corners. Get rid of that little by little. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my two back on that I put my initial guideline in with. And I'm just going to try to feather out as much of this area before I use my shears or clipper over comb method. So it's just like a smooth process. I don't have to chop it up with the shears too much. I don't have to go into it super heavy with the clipper over comb. I'm just fading. I'm just going to take my clipper, do a clipper over comb technique before I use my shears. Do the same thing all around. So eliminating this bulk area, but also blending it. I was going to do a nice little light shape up, create some shape to the actual cut. While I'm here, we'll show the beard a little love. Let's do the other side. What a shape up. Do the other side of the beard. Let's braid all this hair. Comb all this down. We got what we want to cut. There's some shear work, so I'm just gonna spray this hair down lightly. I don't want it to be drenched. We're just cutting the hair where the hair wants to go, just so it falls where we need it to go in the final style. So we need most of this length up here. We're just gonna do a really, really light trim. I'm gonna take my Precision Elite shear and I wanna eliminate this line right here. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish this off with the blend 20. There's this line right here. We're just gonna eliminate it. And it'll eliminate those hard lines. And it's gonna look a little heavier because the hair is wet and this hair is dry. So it's gonna show a lot more. But when the hair is fully dry, because we got rid of that hard line with the shear, it's gonna look a lot smoother. Just for good measure, we're gonna comb down with the triangle razor just a little bit. And you can see just a little bit of hair comes off. We want to create some texture. We don't want to chop into it with a razor, just very lightly.